Ta-da, what is happening out there, my friends in YouTube land? Yours truly, Rockin' Dave, the real deal. North Fort Myers, Southwest Florida, and all that good stuff. You notice I got the, probably never really seen this guitar too much. This is, it's actually black in the BC Rich Warlock. Kind of move it over here a little bit. Oh, I gotta be very careful because this is a very expensive guitar. Very expensive guitar. And so is the Gibson. Put new strings on it. Shined her all up. Might be using her for tomorrow's. Look at the way that flame finish comes out, man. If you go like this, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, look at that. It's like it disappeared, right? Then you go like this, and you go like that, and it just, bam, it pops out. This is what's called a honey burst. This is a 2013 Gibson Les Paul Standard Plus with the out of phase and coil tapping. Maybe I'll plug that in and do a little demo on that because it does have a real unique sound. And of course, going into the Boss GT1, which I'm totally blown away. Even Deb says it kind of looks like a toy, you know, the little tiny mini volume wah pedal, all of that, the little lights that button up, the plastic foot switches that light up. Side's plastic, the top is metal. But the thing sounds great, man. I'm just totally blown away by how good it sounds. Well, Dave, it doesn't sound as good as the Head Rush or the... I like the Head Rush. The Head Rush, man, I'll tell you what. Out of all of them, if I'm going to drop some money, it's going to be on that Head Rush. And I'll tell you what, Guitar Man Dan, you got some great videos, man. When you're... what you post up, you're playing that thing, it's like, man, that thing sounds great. Of course, he's got that 58 Les Paul reissue. That's a beautiful guitar he's got. But let me kind of just show you what this is really quick before I get on to today's subject here. And then you'll be able to see the BC Rich Warlock. Oh, be careful there. It's the Next Through Series BC Rich guitar with the Roland pickup on it. This is our... It's actually 1995 Model E Manuel Rodriguez. I'm going to put this up real close so you can see. You guys can see that. Handmade in Madrid, Spain. I want to show you something with the bracing. If you could see inside there, see that little like a maple wood thing? That's the bracing. It's not quarter saw cut. It's all solid bracing, tops and back. Now I want to show you something here. You see this? I don't know what this is. Maybe it's some sort of fading on the enamel. Same with the back. So if there's anyone that has any idea what happened, it could be humidity. It does have a nice high gloss. We got this guitar, kept back in Naperville, Illinois at the Guitar Center. They kept dropping the price. We walked out the door at $596. It was going for $3,000. And you know, this is a traditional classical guitar with a traditional wide neck. So on the 7-string, that's why doesn't bother me to play a 7 or 8 string with a wide neck, because these, even though they're only 6, they got the wide fretboard. But you notice, and it is an ebony fretboard with an ebony stripe in the back, because these have no truss rods to adjust. But no markers, right? Position markers. Neither does it have it on the sides. So you see the reflection of light. So you have to know your positions. But this guitar's got a lot of sustain. If I just hold one note. Now, I'm going to give everyone a little tip, word of advice. When you play classical guitar, if you notice my thumbnail, I'm playing this right off this flesh. This is a very common problem we go through. You know, I try to keep the nails as long as when I put my finger up against the body, it doesn't go like that. If it goes like that, the nail's too long. If it goes like that, the nail's too short. Right there. Reason being, when I'm doing my tremolo, but the problem is with the thumb, if one nail pops, you get this uneven tone. For instance, like this. So, you know, it's pretty wild. But yeah, it's a beautiful guitar. I watched a video where a guy was demoing a $200 classical guitar up against a $2,000 classical guitar, then up to a $20,000 classical guitar, and then finally up to a $200,000 classical guitar. The $20,000 guitar is an exact replica of a Herman Hauser 1936 model. And I mean, man, you can tell the difference right away. It's like, holy crap, you know, the $200 guitar had no chance, not even up against the $2,000 guitar, let alone up to a $20,000 guitar. The $200,000 guitar was the actual 1936 Herman Hauser guitar that Andres Segovia used, because Segovia played primarily Ramirez guitars, but he did have a Herman Hauser guitar that he used, that he bought and used. Or Herman Hauser himself gave it to him. I don't know. And a lot of these guitars, classical guitars, there's no cutaway, no electronics. So you're probably wondering, why in the hell would a guitar like that cost $20,000? You know, let alone $200,000. It's just the way that they're made. They're made from the most premium woods that sit for years and decades, and then luthiers will build them. It's like they're the guitar version of the Stradivarius violin, you know. So I want to thank everyone for wishing us a happy, well, first and foremost, happy Mother's Day out there. To all your moms and ladies out there, you guys, ladies really deserve it and more. And I also would like to thank everyone for wishing us a happy 23rd anniversary, because last Sunday was our 23rd anniversary. And Friday, May 6th, would have been my sister's 55th birthday. And, but I want to give my condolences first and foremost that I found out today being Mother's Day, May 8th, 2022, that this video was posted up a couple of days ago on the passing of our good friend David Nesdall. And I guess he passed on Monday, May 2nd. And very sad, man. Very, very sad. I knew, let me put this over here. I knew he wasn't doing well. And how I knew that. Sorry, guys. Oh, what's this? Oh my God. We get these alerts, my friends, down here. I just had to hit. I get a lot of these issues with child abduction, which to me is just, these are sick people. I don't mean to sidetrack from what I was going to say, but just the alert just came up on the phone. And I cannot understand these people. I can't understand this. But, so hopefully they'll find whoever they're looking for. So yeah, and we have storms. Last weekend, we were out of service from about 2.5 days. We couldn't even make a phone call. We had to drive 4.5 miles just to make a phone call. So it was pretty interesting. Let me grab the Gibson out. But what I wanted to talk about, getting back with our good friend Dave Nesdall, I do know one of the videos. I apologize, first of all. I'm not able to get online on people's, live streams and this, that, and the other, because we're just so busy, and I really apologize about that. And likewise, I know you guys and gals out there get busy, so you can't always get on our channel, so totally understand that. But I do know that I seen this a while back where Dave was talking about, I was coming back from dialysis. Now, when I heard that, I knew, excuse me guys, I knew he wasn't doing well, but I was hoping, said my thoughts and prayers with him, that he gets better, because I used to drive, one of the companies I drove for was NEMT, non-emergency medical transportation. I used to take these people to their dialysis and pick them up. When I would go to pick them up, I have to go in, and I had their information on the tablet, and of course as soon as you pick them up, all their information, and once you tap in that you got your client, as soon as you tapped in that you received them, you're picking them up, all their information disappears because of HEPA, the HEPA laws. Cannot have their personal information out there. But when I would go in to pick them up, and they would open up that door, it'd be freezing cold in there. So when he said that, dialysis, I knew it was serious. Apparently he celebrated, I don't know, I apologize, my friends, I don't know how old he was, but I know he said he celebrated his birthday. Now, one of his last live streams, I'm pretty sure, was on April either 28th or 29th, and he was celebrating his birthday. Or he said he was, I don't know if he celebrated his birthday the day before or what, but he was celebrating his birthday. So I'm going to go back and watch some of those videos. And it's sad because that means just a few days after he celebrated his birthday, he passes away. So our condolences to his wife. I think her name was Desiree, and the whole family. And it's always sad, man. You know, and what made it feel really kind of like hard for me is that, I mean, I can't say we were good buddies or anything. I respected him, and I liked him. One of the last live streams I typed in on the comments, he was talking about maybe he was going to get into building guitars, and this is before we bought the little Telecaster over there. I thought, well, you know what? If he's going to build guitars, put the money together, put in order. You know, Deb and I would talk and say, okay, I'd let him build the guitar. And what I was to do is, if he would have done that, have him sign his signature name. If he wants to go by like Nez says, you know, on the headstock, it would have been cool. I would have just told him to use your advice, your suggestions on getting us a classic Telly sound, because I like when I have the switch in the middle. You get a unique tone. So I would have just confided in him and said, you know, however you built it, man, is how you built it. I would tell him to get as close to the color finish as I'd like to, you know, get. Don't kill yourself over it. You know, I'm very easy. I'm very, very understanding. Sometimes, you know, you'll say, oh, I could do it this finish, that finish, and it doesn't really come out the way you'd want it to. And then some people take it to heart. But I understand, because there's certain things you can and cannot do with the way paint dries and all that. I would have been left it up 100% to him. And, you know, he responded. So he was always cool. He was always cool with me. And just, like I said, finding out today on that video that was posted up a few days ago on his passing. So it's just real sad, man. Real sad. You know, you could disagree with people all you want. Agree to disagree. You know, we're all adults here, but when there's a passing, it's you know, it's sad. Bucklister, what's happening? It's the 5150 show. What is happening, my friend? Yeah, I hear you, man. Rest in peace, Dave. He was a good guy. The first time I seen him, I think, was on Johnny Bean's show. And they're all talking about the 5150 and Eddie Van Halen gear and that. They're big fans of Eddie Van Halen. And I like Eddie Van Halen, too. Like I say, I don't like him, you know. But it's just such a tragedy when we lose someone that we know, maybe only through social media. But then there's so many videos of them. It's like you get the chance to know them, because you get to see this part of them. A little bit more personal, you know. It really is more personal with YouTube. And it's always sad. It's always sad. He had quite a guitar collection too. And just, man, I just wish he was able to get better and make it, you know. That's the out of phase. Now, if I pull the coil tapping, and the switch is in the middle, so I got both pickups. So it does have a unique sound. But yeah, so I don't know if anyone out there, you know, checked out his channel or how close you guys were to him. And I'm going to be watching more of his videos. I know him and Ben Coombs and a couple other guys. Larry Mitchell, a great guitar player. They, like the video I saw that got posted was a tribute to him. And it was quite a panel on there, and there was, you know, his wife and his Dave Nesdall's wife and Dave's dad on there. So again, once again, it's thoughts and prayers and out to you guys. I think the live stream went over 3 hours, so I'll be watching it in sections. Unless I just get so involved in watching it that I just watch the whole thing straight through. But I guess it's quite a great tribute to him. People sharing their stories. Some of them were really good friends. Some of them they knew him personally. So again, it's always sad, man. When it's like I say, you're losing a family member. It's just man, pretty sad. Let's see, my friends. Sean, what is happening? Thank you for tuning in, man. We are just, I won't be on too long. Just long enough. I just wanted to put a little, just something out there because I just feel kind of shocked on his passing. It's just, it's real sad, man. And, like I said, I knew he wasn't feeling well. I knew he was sick. I was hoping that he'd get better. And, man, it's just finding that out. It's kind of unreal. We all get caught up in life. And we get busy. And before you know it, not just months have passed, but years start to pass by, And I think was the last time I actually just left the comment with him, and he kind of talked back and forth through the chats, the live stream, was almost a year ago, if not a year ago. And you don't realize how busy you get until when that time passes, and something like this happens. It's just it takes you like by surprise, man, and not a good one, not a good one at that at all. I wish I could have more to really say other than the shock factor that he's gone. Yeah, I was surprised too. I heard on Johnny Bean's show. Yeah, I gotta check out a lot of these people's shows. It gets what happens is, like I said, you get busy. Here's something that what we're doing. All right, we're doing all these live streams and at these places we're playing at. We're starting to hit our slow season down here. Because down here in Florida, usually after Easter, all the snowbirds go back up. They go back up north, and then summertime it gets real hot down here. So it kind of slows down a little bit, but at the same time as it slows down, What that does is open up for us to hit the market again. We call it shopping for gigs. Gig shopping. Securing more gigs for the in season. But there's something else that we've been going back to doing is our corporate shows and private shows. Now those we don't live stream. One of them was at that doctor's office. I mean, that doctor's birthday party. That was in his private estate. So that we might do a couple snippets, pieces here and there, and then post them up. But the live streaming, no, because we first of all would have to get the permission, whether it's in their house or a lot of times they'll rent out a banquet hall or go to a fine dining place. They usually has a private room. It's still their event, so it's not like, okay, I would just go live stream it. No, we're there for their event. So, and we've already got a few shows coming up that are like that. Yesterday's gig, we did 2 gigs because I was sitting in for a friend of mine that usually plays after me. And he couldn't make it. He had a prior engagement he had to do. So we sat in and kind of rocked out a little bit there. It was fun. Tomorrow's gig, if we don't get rained out, is going to be 6 to 9. And we'll video that. That place is also very elegant. That's the place that I used to play at with the classical guitar when it was La Corte, and now it's called Jungle Bird. So tomorrow, what I'll probably do is just dedicate the whole show, again to Dave Nesdall and his family. I'm just still shocked, man. I had just, I don't mean to keep going back to that, but it's hard for me to find the words to say. I do know that the video that he last put up, the live stream, pretty sure it was, like I said, either April 28th or 29th. I have to look at the date. And he said something about celebrating his birthday. If you notice, on his thumb, he had like a bandage on it. And he was saying in that video he wasn't feeling too good, but he figures, do the show anyways. So he did what he wanted to do all the way up to, well, he couldn't do it anymore. And yet there's something special about that. You have the integrity to stand your ground. You do what you do. This is what my show is about, and this is what it is. And he was always guitar related. He always had something, special. He would talk about some of the guitars he owned, and some of the shows he played at, because he played out before. The thing is, just because people don't put out videos that they're playing doesn't mean that they don't play. Some people, they choose to put a video out. Some people, they don't. And for whatever reason, you got to respect that. It's really their choice. So, but I do know he had that wall of guitars in the back, real nice, man. He had some great guitars and great stories. Friends with Larry Mitchell. Larry Mitchell is well known. I don't want to categorize him as just blues rock, because I did see him play like a flamenco style guitar, and I thought that was really, really cool. So Larry's got, like, I would call it, if you could call it blues, I would categorize it as a bluesion, like fusion, but blues-based fusion, A lot of funk grooves and all that. But the video that just posted, the live stream just posted the tribute to Dave Nesdall. Yeah, Larry Mitchell is there talking, and everyone's sharing their stories about Dave, and which is really, really cool. So, like I said, I'll be checking that out. Probably if I can't watch the whole thing straight through, it'll be in sections. I know he had a lot of great advice. He had a lot of knowledge in guitar construction, building, luthier, and that right there is, especially nowadays, is very, very important. People with that knowledge, because we take it for granted as players. You know, if something breaks, okay, we'll just go to a music store, buy another one, buy another one. You know, but what happens when that other one's not there, right? Or you have a special guitar that you're really attached to, and you want to just restore it to its original, give it a certain tone. So, you know, who you take it to? You can take it to a luthier, whether it's something with the electronics or something with the body. The classical guitars, obviously, and any acoustic guitar, it's just could be someone that knows how to do woodworking. So he had that knowledge, and you know, I hope I did leave in the comments hoping that they leave his videos up, you know, which I'm sure they will. But if they decide to take them down, you know, if his wife and his dad, if his family decides to take them, I respect that. I totally respect that, because that's theirs, you know. Um, but I'm pretty sure Dave would want those up because he shared that with all of us for a reason. And you know, we take it for granted. I'll check out their show next week. I'll check it out next week. And when something like this happens, now you could be checking out their shows, but there's not going to be any new ones. So you miss them that much more, and you start to realize how much knowledge and how special they were. See, everyone that's out there has got uniqueness. You're special in your own ways, and that right there needs to be said, because you're going to have certain experiences that I'm not going to have, and you know, vice versa. We all share it. And if you think about it, you know, a lot of us, well, I'm 58, so whether you're in your 50s or 40s or 60s, whatever, we come from that generation where the guitar really mattered. It really mattered. You know, before we left the Chicagoland area, the last place we lived in was in the Naperville, Aurora area. And I was teaching at the school, and I was also teaching privately. And one of my students, she was 18 years old when I first had her. When she first joined, she was 17. So I had her for a few years. She told me she was a great guitar player too. You know, she also raced horses. So she showed me a video and she rode horses. I thought, you know, a lot of girls say that. No, she really did the, you know, with the horse jumping and all that. Smoking badass. I'm like, oh yeah, this girl knows her stuff, man. Don't mess with her. She made the comment that she was born in the wrong generation. She loved the shred metal. And I would tell her all the gigs we used to do back in the day. I said, man, it was a totally different time. We would do these shows, and we do maybe 2 cover songs, and that's it. Everything was original, and the places would be packed. So we come from that generation, and we hopefully pass it on to the next generation. Now, there is also a student that rides with me that I just found out she plays guitar. She's got an Epiphone Les Paul. We got an Epiphone Les Paul. Actually, I put it back in the case in the closet there. And then we got our Gibson right here. But it's interesting because these are the kids that are going to take it to the next generation and keep it going, keep it alive. And that's what I mean. With the stories that Dave has, that you guys have, Joe Wentz Project, Jim Guidry, you know, everyone that's out there, you guys are sharing your stories and your experiences, and they all matter. It doesn't matter how many gigs you've done, the type of gigs you've done, if you've been on the big stage, little stage, and all in between, or no stage. Your interest in the instrument is what's keeping it alive. Because if not, it's going to die. If which is a hard thing to say, and a hard thing to say, well, it'll entirely die. I don't think it'll entirely die, because it's still deemed as, you know, you know, rock and roll guitars. You know, it's just the way it is. But passing on to the next generation is what it's all about. And getting back to Dave Nesdall, those stories, that's what he was doing. So we're gonna miss you, Dave. It's man, it just it's very shocker, very much a shocker, and you know. So my suggestion is, if anyone has any disputes with anybody, you're gonna have them. You agree to disagree. That's life. That's how it is. Regardless what people think. But also keep in mind that when we lose those people, it kind of hits you. And then you start to realize, they really weren't bad people. Just maybe didn't see eye to eye on certain subjects. It's okay. But deep down, they're good people. And that matters. That really matters. And their stories are just as important as anyone else's stories. They got something special to share. I could sit down with every single buddy out there on YouTube and I could learn from you. Because your experiences might be different than mine. And that's what I'm going to learn. And then see that other point of view and say, you know what? That's inspiring. So, anyways, my friends, I just wanted to share this. I didn't want to be on too long, but man, I'm just see. Yeah, we're all 21. It's my wife, Deb. But my best suggestion is, if you could reach out to somebody and say, hey, you know what? We might have disagreed here and there, but I still like you, and I just want to. If we had a dispute, make amends, and just let them know that you do care about them, because there will become a time when none of us are going to be here, and all we have is our legacy, what we have done. And judging by the videos I saw so far, Dave Nesdall was always a good guy. So God bless you guys, and our thoughts and prayers again with you and your family. And we know you're in a better place, Dave. We definitely know that. Okay, my friends, go check out his channel, Dave Nesdall. You'll see what I mean. What a great guy he was. And again, thoughts and prayers to the family. All right, my friends, we will be streaming live tomorrow if we don't get stormed out. Our gig will be from 6 to 9, and I'll make an announcement that, we dedicate the show to Dave and his family. Till then, my friends, you stay strong, safe and true. Rock on, and God bless you, my friends. Thank you for watching.